You can't say the things that we used to say on What Not to Wear.
That's true.
We were literally operating under the assumption that women wanted their butts to look smaller. Right?
Not anymore.
Not anymore. They
No.
get them made bigger.
Oh, yeah. And I'm talking bigger.
Bigger.
Yes.
I caught up with the Clinton Kelly in New York City to find out what he's been up to since he and his friend Stacey London hosted TLC's What Not to Wear for a successful 10 seasons. The show ended March 2013, and shortly after, Clinton released a very candid collection of essays in a book entitled I Hate Everyone Except You. After that, rumors swirled, people talked, the internet buzzed over what seemed to be major tea brewing over he and Stacey's relationship.
But I need to know officially on this show why you and Stacey were beefing.
Why were we beefing?
Forget what you've heard about what happened between these two. Clinton sets the record straight with me, explaining what really happened and how Phoenix, Arizona was part of the whole debacle. But back to his new show you will see soon on Amazon Prime.
By the way, you're, I think, the first interview I'm giving regarding this show. Yeah, since the announcement of the show.
So you chose me?
Chose you.
Oh.
I mean, you know.
Oh my goodness. So I want you to say what the name of your new show is. It's amazing, the
It's
name,
amazing.
but I feel like I wouldn't do it justice. So what's the name of your new show?
It's called Wear Whatever the F You Want.
Yeah, you won't forget that name. And no matter the beef, people cannot forget this dynamic duo, which is why it will be nice to see Clinton hosting and executive producing this show back alongside his friend Stacey.
The show is basically about finding your style truth and having the courage, with the help of Stacey and myself, to go out there in the world and present yourself the way you really hope and dream to be seen. But a lot of people are going through life pretending to be something they're not. There's a guy who wanted to be perceived as like cooler than he was. There was a goth girl who wanted to be seen as preppy because she wanted to meet a different kind of guy.
Oh boy.
It's like all this kind of fun stuff like
It's
that.
interesting, yeah.
Yeah, we use New York City as like the mall of America.
Oh, okay.
We do a pull of clothes that you would not believe. We just buy all the clothes that we can in that person's size, and then we have a try-on party, and we get closer and closer to what their true style is. They know it when they put it on.
So the goal on this new show is to help people sharpen their chosen style versus forcing a look dictated by society. Meanwhile, if you check Clinton out on social media, his bio says it all. OMG, is that the guy from that show, What Not to Wear, The Chew, blah, blah, blah?
I do have to admit that I love the last line. I'm currently having a midlife crisis, so don't piss me off. You're not having one though, right?
When I wrote that in my bio, it was last year. I haven't updated my bio since then.
Yeah.
So I probably was having a midlife crisis last year.
Hey, I mean, this is what you men go to. It's menopause.
Right, I didn't buy a fancy car.
You didn't. I was going to ask you about
I bought a
the Porsche.
Subaru Outback.
Okay. You're okay then.
I'm
You're
okay.
doing just
I might be a
fine.
lesbian, but I'm okay.
Breaking news.
Breaking news. I told my friends I got a Subaru Outback. They're like, that is a lesbian car. I'm like, everybody in Connecticut drives
Listen,
those.
you're a very beautiful lesbian.
Where is this interview going?
I don't know.
Why do I feel like I'm your best friend? I just met you. I'm having an incredible time. Like, I'm at a wonderful point in my life in that, like, I've done so many things. I've done everything that I set out to do in my life. And now I'm 55, I'm like, now what? I got to find more things to put on the to-do list.
On one of his Instagram posts, he says, your closet is a reflection of your style esteem. If your closet is a mess, I guarantee you that your style is a mess. Clinton's style advice on and off the camera feels psychological almost. He aligns how one manages clothes in their closets with how it radiates into a person's overall style and vibe. Clinton is not a psychologist, but he's married to one. And the way they prioritize life and their relationship is something we can all learn from.
You have to keep in mind that, like, your priority list, right? I mean, my career is number 4 on my priority list, okay? Number 1 is my family. Number 2 is my health. Number 3 is my financial security. And number 4 is my career. Okay. So everything that I do, I filter through those 4 priorities, right? So those are the most important things to me. But one thing he taught me was to do like a checkout, to do like it's called a mind read. Like, I might be thinking like, oh, Yetta, you're thinking that you don't like me right now. And then I would say like, like, can we do a mind read? I feel like you don't like me. And then you'd be like, no, that's not true at all. I feel like we're getting along great. And you can do that in your relationship too. Like, I'm having a mind read.
Okay, like you think you
Yeah.
know what the other person's thinking, and then they quickly extinguish what you're thinking.
Exactly. Or maybe they
point?
validate it.
Oh, or maybe they validate it.
They get it out there. But the point is, you don't live in anybody else's head, right? You're in your own head.
Right.
And you can't mind read. So, like, why not just ask the person then and there what they're really thinking?
Very wise words. So, how did that philosophy play out in what seemed to be a 10-year friendship breakup between Clinton and Stacey?
Why were we beefing? I don't even think we were beefing, to be honest with you.
Everybody thinks you were.
I know. Well, I wrote a book years ago called I Hate Everyone Except You, and my publishers wanted a chapter on my What Not to Wear experience.
Okay.
And I gave the honest experience of mine, and that was that it was a rough show to do. It looked all happy and easy, but it was a really difficult show to be a host on because we shot an hour for every minute that aired. We were constantly in the studio. Stacey and I were always right next to each other, like attached at the hip, for 60, 70, sometimes 80 hours a week in the beginning. So I explained our relationship as a love-hate relationship in the book, and which was completely honest. So there were websites that were taking my quotes from the book out of context, saying Clinton Kelly hated Stacey London. They left out the loved part. When you say I have a love-hate relationship with somebody and they say I hated that person, no, you forgot you missed the whole point, is that we had a love-hate relationship.
Okay, and that's what started.
And that's what started the whole thing. I was actually in Arizona when the clickbait started happening.
Is it our fault?
It's Arizona's fault. No, I was doing a book signing there, and I had like 1,000 people at this book signing. So we had this fight that wasn't really a fight.
And it just kind of snowballed into something that wasn't even anything.
It was literally nothing.
Literally nothing. Okay, cleared that up. What has it taken to maintain and land all of these jobs that you have over so many years?
I think people can sense my authenticity. Like, I'm going to come into the room in that interview, the same guy who's going to show up for work every single day, which is I'm a nice guy, you know. And they say nice guys finish last, but I'm not quite last. I'm not quite first.
Any regrets in doing what you've done all of these years?
That's a really good question. Do I have any regrets? I'm sort of the king of not looking back. I don't have any strong regrets. There are shows that I took that didn't turn out the way I thought they were going to turn out. I regret that I'm maybe not brave enough to call up some network executives and be like, hey, you lied to me, thanks, bye.
Just to put it out there.
Speaking of putting it out there, since I had the Clinton Kelly sitting right in front of me.
My last question, and this one's tough.
Yikes.
It's very important, and it's very serious. Is what I'm wearing hideous? Or is it cute? Could I do better?
Are you gonna do a spin for me?
I mean, I can.
You could do a spin for me.
Okay.
All right, your zipper's down just a little
sorry.
bit.
So that's not a good place to start. Okay.
All right, you're good. All right, the pants are absolutely adorable. They fit you beautifully. Good
American.
Yeah, love the shoes.
Okay.
Super hot. Tank, great. The jacket is very like newscastery. Yellow. What? I work in television.
Oh my God, it so is. It so is. I want to be the person on the news who doesn't look like the news person.
Yeah.
So what can I do?
I think you could take this style up. I think these are great basics. I really do. I mean, it's a
So I'm a
everything.
basic. I'm a basic. Is that what you just said?
I did not.
I told you I can translate.
But everything fits.
You gonna fix this?
Do you want to go shopping? Is that what you're saying?
Yes. Can we go shopping, please?
Sure, that'll be
You're
fun.
the best.
You're the best.
Oh my God.
This was so much fun.